Elon Musk recently went on an interview with Economist and said China has a very good chance of leading AI. And if that happens, it's going to be brutal for US economy. First, let's talk about the infrastructure bet. US companies are spending $650 billion on AI infrastructure in 2026 alone. Amazon 200 billion, Google 180, Meta 120, Microsoft 80. These are not software investments. Steel, concrete, cooling systems, power grid. These are built to last decades. Energy companies are building new power plants specifically to feed AI data centers. Nuclear deals signed, transmission lines laid. If AI demand collapses, none of this has an alternative use. All these will be stranded assets, written off, gone. On the other hand, let's focus a bit on the US market itself. When China's Kimi K3 launched 2 weeks ago, Nasdaq dropped 1%, Nvidia 2%, Alphabet 4%. But it was just one model launch. Also, DeepSeek in January 2025 wiped $600 billion from Nvidia's market cap in a single day. AI-centric companies, Nvidia, Microsoft, Google, Meta, Amazon, now represent roughly 35% of the entire S&P 500. The highest concentration in a single theme in stock market history. Even it's more concentrated than the dot-com bubble itself. If those stocks reprice by one-third to one-half, the S&P 500 falls by 15 to 20%. Every pension fund, every 401k, every retail investor in US will particularly feel it. Also, VC funds have deployed hundreds of billions of US dollars in AI startups, priced on the assumption that US frontier models will always trade premium. If Chinese open source wins, there will be a fast write-offs across the board in VC ecosystem. A full AI market unwind could erase 10 to 15 trillion dollars in valuation. And then finally comes the IPO timing problem. OpenAI filed for IPO at $852 billion. Anthropic filed at $965 billion. Nearly 2 trillion hitting public markets simultaneously. OpenAI is still loss-making. Profitability not expected until 2030. Anthropic's first profitable quarter expected in Q2 2026, but they themselves say it may not be sustained. Both IPO valuations are on the assumption enterprises will keep on paying premium for the US frontier models. But Chinese open source models already charge as little as 18 cents per million tokens. And if that pricing becomes the global standard, these valuations won't just disappoint, the IPO will collapse, and that would mean catastrophic for the entire US AI ecosystem. New investments in AI will no longer be there if the best bets don't work out. Actually, if you think through, the bubble is not AI, it's the price of AI. When this price collapses, every infrastructure bet, every stock valuation, every IPO gets repriced simultaneously. And once market falls by 15 to 20%, high chance of a recession spiral and a possible heavy job losses. I'll do one thing. I'll do a part 2 of this video and discuss why the real winners of this AI race might not be either US or China. It will be something else altogether.